That's not going to be so easy. I don't understand why people think Keith is like a stepping stone to catapult their career, man. He called one time for a reason. Look, 22 knockouts, man. I want to ask you about Terrence Crawford. Nobody seemed to want to fight Terrence Crawford, bro. So this is a two-part question. Why not call out Terrence Crawford, who, to me, right now, he's the pound for pound, you know. That's the first part of the question. What do you think about his fighting technique, his skill set? Do you think he as great as people say he is? And then I want to ask you about his $10 million lawsuit against Bob Arum and the politics of boxing, you know, and what your experience has been like. So let's start with his skill set. Why not call out Terrence?
No, I love Terrence. We were in talks with Bob last year. Bob just came to the table and tried to give me a paycheck that I made 6 years ago, you know? So at the end of the day, he didn't want to put no respect on the name. He didn't want to do the right thing and write up a contract. He wasn't even talking to my real manager. So there was just a lot of BS going on. All he wanted to do was act like he was on the phone with Thurman so he can go back to Crawford and say, see, I tried to get you to fight. They won't negotiate, can't get you to fight. We got to move on to the next one, you know? So at the end of the day, if the contract would have been written, if they would have put some respect on my name and gave me a respectable purse, because Crawford, you know, tremendous fighter. I remember him from the amateurs, you know. I'm amazed to see what he's done as a pro. He has the skills and the talent to move up into the welterweight division like very few fighters, trying to dominate the welterweight division like very few fighters from lower divisions have in the past. But he's very talented, southpaw, right-handed. He's got legs, he's got hands, you know, he's got an IQ. He's got everything that I expect him to have, you know. So he's a tremendous fighter.
Okay.
But he hasn't faced, you know, certain opposition that, you know, to me, just doesn't really give him pound for pound quite yet. We love
the Sean
his
Porter.
performance.
What you think of the Sean Porter fight? Like, you know, you fought Porter. We were at the fight when you fought Porter.
Well, first off, watch the fight without listening to anybody from ESPN, because all they do is blow smoke through the network. Okay, all they do is blow smoke. They said that that's the best performance Sean Porter ever had. False. I think the best performance was not against me. I think it was up against Errol Spence Jr. That 12 rounds was 12 rounds of dog. His dog was fading after the 6th round in that fight. I didn't see the Sean Porter that was really that DOGG. So at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. I actually predicted the punch that was going to knock Sean Porter down in an interview, you know, because Stiles makes fights. I know that Sean comes in a lot. He moves his head down a lot. And I said, if Crawford fights southpaw, he's going to drop him with a left uppercut. And then 10th round, he drops him with a left uppercut. So, so at the end of the day, Crawford did what he was supposed to do. It was impressive because nobody stopped Sean Porter. I'll give him that. But it wasn't impressive because he didn't do anything impressive before the stoppage, you know? So the overall, he ended, what he did in the end is impressive, but you know, he allowed Porter to be in the fight, the whole fight, you know? So if you allow Errol Spence in the fight, the whole fight, you allow Keith Thurman in the fight, the whole fight, you're really just going to get a 10th round knockout and everything's going to be all right. Everything going to be all right. You know, you let Sean Porter hit you with a few overhand rights. You know, my right hand's not Sean Porter's. Errol Spence punches harder too. You know, you let us get you, you know, in those early rounds, you might not even be there in the later rounds. So it's a.
Whoa! You hear that horse? He said he can knock out Crawford. I think he said he can knock out one-time Crawford if he does the same thing.
Look, he been wobbled a few times by some people that aren't even big punchers, man. He's coming up from the lighter division. You know, I think there's power makes everything different. Speed makes things different. Power makes things different. I see Crawford as a speed power kind of guy, not a power kind of guy, you know, but when he hits you on the temple, when he hits you on the chin, what he did to my boy Porter, what he did to Kell Brook. He's shown he's got the pop on his punches. So I know he can get us too now. I know that it's a double-edged sword in there, but I'm just saying he let Sean take a lot of the beginning rounds, and he took some punches early on, and what he wanted to manifest didn't happen till later on. Is he really going to be able to do that same kind of strategy against other people who also beat Sean Porter, and we're not Kell Brook, we don't have broken orbital bones. You hit me, you drop me. You see what I do, I get up with a smile. You see what I do, I get up in your face. You see what I do, you know what I'm saying? I don't go down and back down. I don't go down and back down. I go down and I stand up and I rise up,
One time.
Look, when you're different, Sway,
Yes.
And that's just how it is, man. So I love the man. We never liked him on the other side of the fence with Bob. He should have never re-signed that contract and got locked up for a few more years. I'm gonna switch over to the lawsuit right now. I want to answer that question.
Yeah. So
I think it's funny. I think it's unnecessary. We all know Bob's racist,
really?
That's just really talk to Floyd, talk to anybody, everybody. I mean, we all know that, I mean, look, man, I'm gonna do it. I ain't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it. When it's like the NFL, okay? It's like the NFL. When you got white QBs, but you got all these brothers working in the field, you know what I'm saying? But you're still the owner of the team. It really all dates back to slavery, That's my last touchdown on that, on that analogy. At the end of the day, there's some people in this world that come from an older mindset that are still polluted with old thoughts. Okay. I'm not going to blame the man as a man. I'm not going to give him a crutch of his overall generation, but you have to understand how certain things are, and you got to understand the game that you're in, right? Let's just understand the game you're in. You know your job, Sway. You know the game you're in, right? So you got to understand the game that you're in as a fighter. And Bob Arum is Bob Arum, an old white Jew, period. Those are factual. It's not anything else, okay? He's made lots of money off of Blacks and Hispanics. Facts. And if you ever listen to his interviews about Terrence Crawford, he claims he wasn't even making money. He claims he was losing money off the boy. He said the boy was making him lose money, and he never put any respect on the man's name. Now, I don't know if that's the type of manager or promoter that I'd want to be with for 6 to 8 years or however long that man worked with that man, But now with that said, Terrence, bro, you was getting like $3.5 million to fight Jeff Horn. You were getting like, good money, bro. You still in Omaha, Nebraska. Like, you was getting paid, bro. You was getting paid to fight, upper mid-tier fighters. You weren't thrown in the fire in the dungeon. You weren't getting the dragons, the lions, the tigers, and the bears. You all right, boy. You good. Okay. You was doing pretty. You made a name off of Gamboa, because 50 Cent didn't know how to manage fighters, and he let Gamboa fight Terrence Crawford. Gamboa never belonged in the ring with Terrence Crawford. Gamboa weighs like 126 pounds or so, 30 pounds. I don't know what that Cuban was doing fighting Terrence Crawford, man. But
ironically, he did kind of catch Terrence with a punch, though.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. Look, and that's a very small puncher. Look, I know we've all seen it from the past. Punchers are different. You. That's why my name's One Time, man, because punching is different. You really get hit good one time. You don't get to say so. You don't get to say so. You don't even get to show your heart, your skills, your talent. It's nighty-night. It's over. So right now, I've been real focused. There's certain things that I'm working on. I still haven't tapped into my overall strength. I got my strong back, but I'm working on my strength for the rest of the year. Believe that. you know, and I want to get back to them bazookas and to them haymakers and to them Hiroshima bomb droppers. You know what I'm saying?
Cannon's horse, you hear him?
Yeah.
I can't wait to Saturday. I want to see that Saturday, man.
Well, that's right, Saturday. Man. I'm giving people what they want, man. It's coming Saturday night, pay-per-view. Believe that.
Pay-per-view.
Expecting a knockout, Keith, man. I'm expecting that one time you're healed. You have no injuries. You had time to heal. So I should see the best Keith Thurman should show up Saturday night against this guy that's moving up from 140 to 147. That Tank stopped. And you're a heavier fighter. I feel like you hit harder. So I mean, it should be a early night, man. It should be an early night, man. So I just want to say welcome back, Keith. You know what I mean? I want to say welcome back, man. And I'm happy for you, man. I want to see what's next after this, man. I'm dying to see what's next after this, man. There's a lot
I
of
want to see how this boy
there.
can take these punches too, man. That's what we're here for. That's why we in Vegas, baby.
Okay, it's time to show off, man. Hey, let's take one more call. We got a few folks on the line. Coach Padman in Vegas. He's in Vegas. You going to the fight, Coach?
Probably not, but I will be watching it. I don't hang out too much. I train a lot of.
It's all good. Tuning in. I appreciate the support.
Big up to Shade 45 and Keith Thurman one time in the building.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you a question. He already asked you, and you said you was going to be stronger, which I love to hear because in the fight game you get older, and these fighters don't work on their conditioning with hybrid training. So I applaud you for that. And I wanted to ask another question. Will you be coming to the table with better combinations against Barrios?
Well, definitely, man. You know, with my left hand fully healed, well mended. Shout out to Doc in California, man. Doc did your boy right over here, man. It was done on my left, but he did your boy right, okay? And and I'm just really happy, man. You know, hitting the heavy bag. I thought I would never hit the heavy bag again, man. So many injuries happened on the heavy bag. I did buy a lighter heavy bag. You know, a puncher like me, it's not good punching a 200 and something pound heavy bag. I'm not fighting no man 200 pounds. I don't want to be punching nothing that weighs 200 pounds. So I got a lighter heavy bag that I've been sticking it to, and it's been working nicely for me. You know, we do a lot of circuit training. So you're a coach. You know, I hope you put your boy through circuit training. You can up the conditioning, but you can up the strength at the same time. You know, so you get your cardiovascular right, and you get your muscles right. And then you combine that back into the ring. And that's what I'm hoping to do this Saturday night.
That's awesome, brother, because most of my fighters now, I do a circuit. I put 12 exercises in it, and we go to a soccer field. You got 10, 15 minutes to finish one set. Everything I do when it comes to weights, very light, but everything should be the same amount minutes as the round. I don't count reps. That's what's helping a lot also.
Yeah, so I do 30-second intervals with a 15-second rest, and I do 20-second intervals with a 10-second rest, right?
Yeah,
there is no 1 minute, and there is no 1 minute rest in between. We go round and round and round for about 45 minutes or until fighters start falling over and they tap out and they can't keep up with the champ. But that's okay because they're champions in progress. They got room to grow. They got room to grow.
Coach, thank you, man. You're a citizen, Coach. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thanks for the love. I appreciate it, man.
All right, Coach Padman out of Vegas. Listen, this weekend pay-per-view, Fox Sports, you can find my man Keith one-time Thurman. He's back going up against Barrios, who's no slouch. He's only got one loss under his belt. A lot of us witnessed him lose to Gervonta Davis, but he's coming back to prove a point. Keith, welcome back. Funniest thing I wanted to ask you about, man, that you had a very popular meme with Steve Willis, the referee, looking at you get rocked by Lopez. Did you ever see that one where your eyes rolled to the back of your head? Did that punch almost put you to sleep? And then what you think about that ref?
No. So what happened was, if you go back to that round, you'll watch me walk right into a left hook. Now the irony is, my right hand was up. It was up, but he still found a way to get around. That's the thing about them small gloves, man. He found a way to get around. I was moving into it. Boom, goes my chinny chin chin. Now I get rattled. In the fight game, we call it bell rung. It's like in the Looney Tunes when they put the bell on them and they hit it. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my bell was rung. So I did what I do best, and I was getting on my bicycle. So I was getting on the outside, and I'm like, okay, he can't hit me. This boy leans forward, throws the longest right hand I ever seen. Boom, snaps my head back. I see white lights above me. I'm like, oh, that didn't look good, but I'm all right. I'm all right. Okay, reset. Let's get some distance between us again. I get some distance between us. I say, he can't hit me. He can't hit me. The dude does it again. Boom, snaps my head back. Sway, I swear not, man. I know there's bright lights above me. I've never seen them till that day, okay? I never seen them, all right? He snapped my head back, boom. And referee, luckily for me, he was hitting me in the nose. This is not a knockout location. You can bust it up, bloody it up, but it's not a knockout location. So lucky for me, even though two beautiful punches came after he rattled me on the chin, they didn't do nothing. You know, they didn't do nothing but make me look bad and make him look good and make the referee look like, hey, is Thurman all right? Shit, is Thurman all right? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people say if it was any other fighter, a referee would have stopped the fight. Now, I understand where they're coming from, but go back and look at that fight, and what you'll see is my legs were all right, bro.
Yeah, you recovered. I saw the fight.
I was moving. Yeah. I was moving. I was still in tune. I was just taking a few punches that my mama didn't like back at home. You know what I mean? That's all it really came down to it. And then once that round finished, we brush that off, we give it to him, and we get right back to work, and we never let that happen again. Okay?
One time.
Yeah.
At least one time, Thurman, man. Hey, man, we appreciate you. Thank you for doing this episode of BridgeBizness. Horse, you want to say something in closing?
Hey, man, I appreciate you, Keith, man. Good luck, man. And come back to BridgeBizness, man, after you win, man. Come back to BridgeBizness so we can chop it up.
Oh, for sure, man. I want to shout out Brooklyn, man. I want to shout out Flatbush, man. I got so much love. I've been at the Barclays many times. I know New York loves your boy one time. I couldn't make this fight at the Barclays. We're back here in Vegas. But tune in, man. Y'all ain't going to want to miss this comeback. I'm coming back hard, 147. It's your boy, Keith One Time Thurman.
One time? All right. Thank you, man. We appreciate you, Keith, man. God bless you. Good to see you, man. Tell the family
bless,
send
man.
our love.
Love. Always
right.
blessings, man.
You already know what it is.
Salute,
family, every time, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out that pay-per-view fight this Saturday. It's going to be off the chain. Fox Sports. Make sure you watch it.